don't have gender dysphoria, you're not even a real trans person. That's like what a
no, wait, you argued based off the medical aspect of it and how they are defined. And it. Oh, wait, who was that?
My girlfriend.
Don't worry about it, Les.
Squirrels. It's not a November Destiny. I'm so god.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna pinch my balls. Fuck what I was gonna say.
Do you
You're
take
arguing
any
off the
contention
medical
with that?
definition.
With that?
I
Yeah.
did take contention until I saw a woman. I'm gonna be honest. Destiny, can you repeat it one more time for the?
So a trans medicalist would say that a trans person that doesn't experience a significant amount of dysphoria or any dysphoria, or doesn't make an effort to be passing.
Oh,
that
okay.
person's
I
not a real
remember my
trans
point. So, I believe that transgenderism is based off where you were born. You can distinguish otherwise. You're like, this is wrong. This is who I am. But you're basing it off of the sense that they have to make significant medical action to do so, right?
So I'm not saying that, but a trans medicalist.
Oh, trans medicalist would.
Yeah, they would say, yeah, you need to try. You're not even a real trans person.
I would call gender dysphoria anyone who disagrees with what they were given at birth, which is how it was presented in the beginning, it was.
Yeah,
so you have to have gender dysphoria to be a transgender.
Yeah, wait. So to be clear, so you don't have to have a severe internal problem in order to be a trans person. Some trans people just feel like, hey, like I was born with a penis and with a male body, but I feel like a woman. But they might not experience gender dysphoria.
What
we would
do you
still
mean
say
internal, man?
So internal is in you have an idea inside your head. You identify as a male or female. And it's not just based on the sex organs. It's like this internal view that you have.
But how else would gender be identified? Because it's based off who you are as a person identified.
Well, we have a lot of different ways in society that we identify gender, right? Women tend to have longer hair. They tend to wear different
No. I'm talking about gender identity, which is how identify.
Yeah, but your
gender
dysphoria. Yeah, but your gender identity, right, the gender that you view yourself as, can heavily be influenced by the gender expression of everyone else around you, which is a social phenomenon, right? So if you feel like you're supposed to be a woman, you feel like a woman, but you're born in a man's body, right? Then this mismatch, right? That mismatch you have can result in dysphoria, which is a really uncomfortable feeling. But you can be a trans person, or most trans people say you can be a trans person without experiencing dysphoria. Trans medicalists would say there's not.
Destiny, if you were born and assigned this gender, and you identify yourself as an other gender, can you explain to me any other reason than discomfort and feeling it's wrong, the gender you were given, the reason you identify separately?
Wait, let him finish the question. What was it? Wait, real quick, and then I'll be done.
Why else would you identify separately if you feel it isn't wrong?
Well, because you can feel that it's wrong without it meeting a DSM criteria for being a disorder.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do DSM criteria.
Wait. I'm not just trying to throw a book definition. What I'm saying is, like, you can feel like, man, you know, like this kind of sucks, but that's a big difference than like, I can't fucking take care of my body. I can't go to work. I can't form relationships. I can't fucking hold anything down, and my life is falling apart because of it. Right?
Okay,
that's
fair enough.
like a dysphoria
if that's the
versus
definition of dysphoria, which I don't, from what I've ever heard, and like I've read the DSM-5, I don't interpret it as such. And the docs I've spoke to about it, they haven't clarified it as such. So that's why I see gender dysphoria as a beginning stage to being a transgender. Because you're dysphoric about your gender assigned at birth. Therefore, you feel it's wrong and you transgender, you feel like you're another sex or gender.
Yeah. So I actually brought Lexi in here to talk a little bit about this, and Lexi, if you want to go ahead and take it away, and
yeah, sure. So I would say that there can be a lot of reasons that you can choose to transition. Dysphoria is a big one for a lot of us, but another one is this idea of gender euphoria. So when you transition, through identifying in another way and through expressing yourself in another way, you can experience an extreme positive feeling that you wouldn't experience otherwise. And so you don't need the dysphoria, the pain, or the suffering or whatever.
Really?
That you can just have the extreme happiness that it brings you.
So you're telling me if you're born with a gender and you're not happy with this and you choose another, that you only experience euphoria, but beforehand, to claim it as not being happy, I would see it as dysphoria, because you don't have the happiness, you don't have the same euphoria that you would if you were the gender you wanted to be, and you
but it doesn't have to be like a dysphoria in the first place. You don't have to be like uncomfortable in the first place. You can just choose to try something else.
You would ever? Oh,
okay. Okay, it's like if you like vanilla ice cream, you can go try strawberry ice cream and figure out that shit, I love strawberry ice cream.
Yeah, but based off
can I
this
say
definition,
something?
it's like gender fluidity, right? Where you're born as such and you fluidly switch into another because it better suits you.
But that still counts as being trans.
Yeah, sure. I see. No, I'm just trying to connect the dots.
I wouldn't describe that as gender fluidity, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, two things. I think Eva's also a really good person to talk about this with, because I had like the same like questions that you did, Wes. And
Wait, who? Alabro?
No.
No, her right hand man, her right hand today, Unala.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
But no, she talked to me and she explained to me a lot. And then when you're saying, well, if you're not experiencing euphoria or whatever, isn't that dysphoria? And not to dumb it down or whatever, or like make it seem like less than it is. But imagine like my hair right now, right? Like I'm okay with my hair right now, but I think it would be like fucking awesome if I dyed it again like pastel pink. Like that would make me like super happy. However, I'm not like suffering having my hair like this right now.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's based off that you're complacent where you are, but it could be better.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
That
Yeah,
seems
and
like
I
bullshit
just
to
want to
me.
clarify.
I'll be
I know
honest.
it's hard sometimes, but like Eva does go by they them, but just to make that
That's
clear.
what I said.
Fuck.
I clarified and I corrected
Okay.
myself.
Oh yeah. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
for
go ahead.
everybody
Go
else.
ahead, host.
Yeah,
It does seem like bullshit to me because I feel like the only reason that you would want to be different than what you're born as is if what you're born as is incorrect. I don't believe gender is this state of I'm whatever the fuck I want to be at all times, because that would insinuate that you're this, and then you go to that, and then you're like, yeah, fuck this isn't as cool as I thought it was be, or I'm not okay with this. It's no longer what I perceived it to such, and now I'm reverting or changing to another gender.
Well, Wes, the definition of transgender is extremely broad. It literally just means someone who
Your
identifies as a
definition of transgender.
No,
I mean,
like
the
right now. This is the
definition.
official. This is the definition of transgender. You can look it up right now. It literally
Yeah,
says
that's the
a-
whole
someone-
basis of arguments. Is
Well,
the
yeah, wait, hold
definition.
on. We don't need to go to the book. Okay, trans just means not cis, right? So cisgender we usually say is like a male is born with a penis and a man's body, and they feel
Yeah.
that way, and they don't have any problems. A female is
Yeah.
born with a vagina, secondary sexual characteristics, female breasts, whatever, and they feel that way,
Destiny,
right?
can I ask you?
Anything that diverts from that. So people that feel agender, or people that are non-binary, or
Sure.
or what we call trans people, all of that is considered trans. It's pretty
Sure.
broad. Okay.
Sure, but what would you
Maybe I'm
consider-
wrong here. I just want to clarify, but can't
Go
you be
ahead, Alex.
non-binary and not necessarily trans?
I believe I could
most
be wrong, but I
people,
believe
yeah.
non-binary by definition is trans.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Anybody
Is
who
it?
That's what
Okay.
I
Talk about,
said
like,
2 hours
intersex,
ago.
that's separate.
Definitions are so fucking stupid.
No.
Well, so-
Just it's either